My group was sent to 2987.
This man claims to have been to the year 2987. We flew to Armenia and sat down for an interview with the man as he told us his story. You will not believe what our future has in store. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment on this video saying I subscribed. Let's get into it.
Hi everyone from Armenia who is watching Apex TV. Today I will tell you a story that happened to me. I don't know do you know or not, but Armenia was also in Soviet Union, and I was doing my military service in Soviet Army when I was 20. In Soviet Army I saw many weapons and technologies that are still top secret, and at that moment only few people knew about different experimental weapons and aircrafts. Most of these projects were closed after Soviet Union collapse. I'll tell you about one of these projects in which I was involved. It was a real time machine. We called it in Russian Korrektirovщик истории, history corrector. The project was led by the greatest scientists and engineers of that times. Back then I was just a soldier. I didn't understand too much about the technologies, but I was one of 10 soldiers that were used for these experiments. I know it's hard to believe, but I was really involved in these researches, and even now, I know it's hard to believe, but I was really involved in these researches, and even now it's dangerous to talk about it. It was 1987. They were planning to send us to 16th or 17th centuries to make some changes in Russian history, but scientists couldn't manage to send anyone to the past, and after some time they decided to try to send someone to the future, to 2987. It was the first time when Soviets sent someone to the future. Before us there were a lot of experiments with animals and even different things. For example, glass of cognac. Also they made a lot of unsuccessful tries. People were even dying during these experiments. They divided us into 5 groups of 2 people each. Every group was traveling to a different period of time. My group, me and Oleg, was sent to 2987 that I have mentioned. The machine was huge. There were 2 big rings in the center of it where we forced to stand in the middle. They gave us device made of silver, similar to watches. They told us that the machine after modifying could work only with human body, cotton and silver. Our uniforms were made of cotton, and they were similar to uniforms of pilots. The machine was sending us to different times thanks to the power of magnetism and electricity. They told us that if we will lose our watches, we won't be able to come back. Each watch was designed and constructed exclusively for concrete traveler, and it couldn't be switched or shared. So after all trainings, they sent us to 2987. I can tell you one thing. I couldn't understand that I'm still on the earth. First of all, I couldn't see anyone outside, and few people that we found were almost like robots. Each of them was covered with some strange mechanisms. Comparing to their technologies, our VR glasses were just sunglasses. Their clothes were really strange. For sure not made of cotton or wool, or not even synthetic. People were not walking at all. They were just moving from point A to point B, and I couldn't understand how. Even though that our clothes could be strange for them, no one was looking at us. I had an impression that we are invisible. They didn't have any emotions on their faces, and they looked like they were busy. My colleague Oleg drew my attention to their transports above. I saw everything levitating over our heads. Seriously, everything was levitating there. There wasn't a building that had bases. Everything around was levitating. Cars, street lights, everything. I was really astonished. All buildings were covered with solar panels. When we found the way to go upstairs, I saw current advertisements. For example, one of them was about tour to Mars. but in the advertisement that I saw, Mars was wonderful. It wasn't the red desert that I knew. It was beautiful, even though really strange. Purple seas, islands, trees, like our planet, except purple seas. After me and Oleg have found normal clothes, suitable for that time, we went to a very special place called Trikapion, from where people were traveling to different planets. At Trikapion we could find special thing, a magnetic mechanism that was making us levitate. It was really weird. When I've tried it first time, I was really close to fall down from about 200 feet height. After some time, when we were able to levitate, let's say walk, we noticed devices that were similar to cars and that were also floating in the air. We haven't seen there any shop or something like that. At that time I couldn't understand how people were buying things, but now I think everyone was online. At that time we didn't have internet and we didn't even know what is it, so I couldn't imagine. After some time discovering the city with Oleg, we were stopped by two humans or robots, I'm not sure, till now. They took us by their huge car to the military base. In the military base we met a guy who was wearing something that was kind of military uniform. Why I say kind of? Because we don't have anything similar to it even nowadays. So the guy was speaking Russian with us, and it was strange. He told us that we are in Murmansk. I understood that I'm in the same city. They were asking us different questions. They took me to a bright room where the lights were so bright that I could feel how it burns my skin. They were asking us how we could pass the border, from which country we came, how we hacked the teleport. As I understood from their words, there were 4 countries on the earth. At that time it was Soviet Union, USA, Asian Confederation, and as they told us, RA, but I couldn't understand what country it was. Now I can't understand how there could be Soviet Union in the future if the Soviet Union I knew was collapsed in 1991. After all these questions, for which I didn't have any answers, they started hitting me with a stick which was totally red, and after each hit I felt the smell of my skin. It was terribly painful. We were told in 1987 to not tell anything about time traveling, so I was trying to hold myself and wait. We knew that when it will be 3:40 on our watches, we will be sent automatically to 1987. I was really lucky that they weren't suspicious about my watch. Maybe because it was too primitive for them and they didn't think that it can be a part of time machine. After smelling enough of my own burning skin, I woke up in 1987, but alone. Every day I'm thinking what happened with Oleg. Was he killed or he couldn't come back? Or he came back but he was killed by Soviets in 1987? I don't know. Till now I can't understand one thing. How it was possible that there was Soviet Union if it was collapsed in 1991? Or it was parallel reality? Or post-Soviet countries will reunion again? I hope they won't. There are a lot of questions that I don't have answers. I was inspired by other time travelers' stories to tell my story for Apex TV.
Is this guy a real time traveler who has been to the year 2987? In the end, that's up for you to decide. Don't forget to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. We have many other videos of people claiming to be time travelers. To hear their stories, check out our time travel playlist by going to the link in the description. We are also posting mysterious, creepy, and unexplained things every single day on our Instagram account. So be sure to follow us on Instagram for new content every single day, at ApexTVOfficial. We just reached 200,000 subscribers and would like to thank every single one of you from the bottom of our hearts. We have a few very big videos planned and are going to be releasing them within the next week. So the best way you can stay updated is by subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. We will see you in the next video. Peace out.